guys, it's October, which means Halloween is coming, and that is my favorite holiday. So I'm going to do my top 10 favorite classic novels that remind me of Halloween. So I wanted to do my top 10 favorite Halloween books, but there were just too many, so I split it up into two. This one is classics, and there was also going to be a video for my top 10 favorite modern novels. So that link will be down below if you want to check out that one also. So these books both have to be a classic novel, and they have to have some form, something that makes me want to read them around Halloween. Most of these books are kind of creepy, but I'm not a huge fan of horror, so none of them are like that freaky. I'm much more of a psychological person, like getting inside somebody's mind. At number 10 is Jane Eyre. It is my favorite gothic romance. So Jane Eyre focuses on the main character, Jane Eyre, who is a teacher turned governess. She goes to the family of Mr. Fairfax. So she is the teacher for Adele, his ward. But in this large and empty manor, some creepy things are going on, and that is why it makes it to my Halloween list. Number 9 on my list is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. It is a satire of gothic romances. This one follows Catherine Morland, who is an avid reader of gothic romances, and she ends up freaking herself out in this book. She gets invited to stay at this large estate, and there are creaking doors and weird things going on, and she convinces herself that there's a ghost or something going on in the house. So this book is brilliant. It's a little bit creepy, but there's also kind of no real danger in this book also. Number 8 is The Island of Dr Moreau by H.G. Wells. So in this book, an Englishman gets shipwrecked on this island, and he runs into Dr. Moreau, and there are some weird things going on in this island. Things with genetic engineering and animals, and I think that part creeps me out more than anything else. At number 6, I have And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. It's also had some less desirable titles beforehand, but this is the one I have. In this book, 10 strangers get invited to this private island, and then they start getting murdered. I love this book because it reminds me so much of the movie Clue. I think most Agatha Christie mysteries would probably classify as Halloween reads, but this one is my favorite. At number 6, I have The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It is one of the Sherlock Holmes mysteries. So there is this extra creepy hound haunting the moors, and Sherlock Holmes goes to investigate to find out what's happening, and basically just the dog creeps me the hell out. Yeah. Creepy dogs in the dark on deserted moors. Not really a place I would feel very safe. Number 5, I have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. So Dorian Gray is the main character. He has this portrait of himself painted, and then there's a spell cast on it or something like that. Magic is involved, sort of. And the portrait ages instead of him. So Dorian Gray is forever staying young while the portrait ages, and trying to keep it a secret, and also like implications about like not aging when everybody else around you is, and that's kind of suspicious. The picture just freaks me out. Like, if I met Dorian Gray himself, I don't think I would be freaked out. Like meeting him as a person, like, oh, immortal, whatever. But the freaking picture is aging, and that's the part that freaks me out the most. At number 4, I have Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. It is about Dr. Victor Frankenstein, who creates this monster. He reanimates a dead corpse, and the result is not exactly great. The creature is super strong and not particularly bright or manageable, and the creature gets loose, and it causes all kind of havoc. And we get to see the psychological effect that has on Dr. Frankenstein, because this is his responsibility and his pull in relationship to the creature. So at number 3, I have Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is the original vampire story, and I think it is still the creepiest. Jonathan Harker is a lawyer, and he gets invited to this castle in Transylvania where he meets the mysterious Count Dracula. And creepy shit goes on, if you don't know already, I'm sorry, but Dracula's a vampire, and it's creepy as hell, and Dracula goes after Jonathan's wife Mia, and there is a vampire hunter, Van Helsing, in this book, and just Dracula is so freaking creepy. For some reason, I still love reading this book. I don't know what is wrong with me. This is the very basis of what Halloween is, I think. Reading shit that you really shouldn't. At number 2, I have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. It is the story of Dr. Jekyll, who creates this potion that allows him to change into Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde is all the parts of himself that he keeps kind of repressed. So Hyde's this darker character and is kind of the monster side of him. And I love that, the juxtaposition of these two people. Like, it's the same person, but like his two sides of him. Like, Dr. Jekyll could be Mr. Hyde at any point if he just like let himself, which is probably the really creepy part of it. So this is a really great like psychological book. So my number 1 Halloween read is anything written by Edgar Allan Poe. Basically, the way he writes and his choice of words and the rhythm he puts down, he is the master at setting a creepy tone. My favorite is The Raven, but they're all pretty much awesome. I love Pit and the Pendulum, Fall of the House of Usher, The Telltale Heart, Black Cat, Hopgood. Yeah, these are all awesome. Some of them are creepier than others, but they all have this just overall tone to them that is just fantastic for Halloween, for like turning the lights off and reading it by candlelight. It's definitely amazing, and I have to do it every single year. I have to read at least a few of these stories. This book is awesome because it is illustrated by Gus Grimley, and the pictures are amazing. I love the art in this book. So that's like a bonus. It's Edgar Allan Poe's writing and Gus Grimley's illustrations, and it's magic, really. There are my top 10 favorite classic novels that I read at Halloween. So down below in the comments, let me know what you thought, which books did I miss, and do you disagree with any of these books? So yeah, let me know. I love you guys. Peace out, keep reading, and have a happy Halloween. Bye!